Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurkan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the latest Gunlance build I worked on. Now, having said that, this particular build is not a meta build. If you're looking for the latest 4-piece behemoth plus some other random piece of gear, this ain't it. This is not going to be a build that you're going to be using for speed running or dealing the most possible damage. This is a build that is going to allow you to achieve what I would consider to be a fairly unique playstyle, where it's kind of like, hey, you want to do slam burst combos, you can do that. You want to do charged shells, you can do that. You want to use your worm stake, you can do that. You want to use your wyvern's fire, you can do that too. Hell, you want to do poke shell, you can do that too, but that is probably going to be the least efficient playstyles of this particular build. Okay, so you guys can see what I was trying to set out to do was to just basically get something that would use the breadth of playstyles that we have in the Gunlance. So it's kind of a jack of all trades, but it doesn't really excel at any. So normal shelling is going to be better than this Gunlance at doing slam burst. Wide shelling is going to be better at poke shell poke. Charged shelling, on the other hand, is pretty much going to perform just as well as this particular build. But with this build, you can utilize all of those playstyles whenever you want. So it is something meant for you to have fun. And I know some people might be like, why would you do that? Why not just focus on one thing or the other? Because I really like the fact that the Gunlance has all of these unique playstyles, and I wanted to try and make use of as many of them as possible. And this is kind of what came out. So again, if this is not what you're looking for, that's fine. If you're looking for something much more meta, then, you know, just move on to the next video or whatever. But if you want to try out something different with the Gunlance, especially because the Gunlance supposedly is going to be receiving a bit of a rework for Iceborne, if you guys weren't aware of that. Like, there was an interview on Famitsu or something where they said they weren't particularly pleased with the performance of the Gunlance when compared to other weapons and just like the overall feel of the weapon during the last beta that we had of Iceborne, which is good because, you know, even though I had a lot of fun playing the Gunlance and I do want to main the Gunlance come Iceborne, it definitely didn't feel very good during the Iceborne beta. So we'll see what kind of reworks they get, but in the meantime, if you just want to have a little bit of fun with the weapon, this might be something that you want to try out. So let's get started. The weapon that we are using here is the Kjar Buster King. Now, an important thing about this weapon is that you want to have long shelling level 4, and you want to have as much damage as possible on the weapon. You also want to try to get a little bit of affinity in there, so that is why I went with the Kjar Buster King. It's also got a ton of fire element, but that is not super important. Like, I've killed Arch-Tempered Teostra with this weapon. It took me like 13 minutes or something, which is quite a bit longer than you probably should to kill Arch-Tempered Teostra, but again, it is a weapon with a high dose of fire element, which essentially gives you no benefits whatsoever when you're fighting with Teostra, but at the same time, it was still efficient enough that I was able to do that particular fight. So that's just to show you that just because it's got a heavy fire element doesn't necessarily mean that you're limited in the stuff that you can do with this weapon, okay? You can do any encounter you want with this playstyle. It might take you a little bit longer, but I can guarantee you one thing. It is going to be a lot of fun. Unless, you know, all you want is just like speed runs and maximum damage and, you know, super optimized builds and whatever, then sure, maybe you won't enjoy it as much. But I really like the diversity of playstyles that you can do with this. You know, long shelling, charged shells, wyvern's fire, worm stake, slam burst. Play around with it. I like that. And also being able to actually deal some melee damage with the weapon while you're doing it. So this is the weapon that we're using. It's got decent attack. It's got good blue sharpness. I'm not really going to go for handicraft because this weapon can't reach white sharpness, so it's not really worth our time. It's already got a significant amount of blue, so we're good there. The 15% affinity is going to help us get a couple of more crits here and there, and naturally the long shelling so that we can actually use charged shells if we choose to do so. Now, when it comes to decorations in this, and even armor piece that we're going to be using, in the head, we're going to be using the Empress Crown Beta, and by the way, this set looks god ugly, so you'll definitely want to use some layered armor. But yeah, we're going to use Empress Crown Beta in the head because I want to get that sweet evade extender so that you get a little bit more mobility with the Gunlance. I find it very hard to play Gunlance without evade extender. It's just so convenient. It allows you to move so much faster throughout the arenas and, you know, just the areas in general, and also allows you to dodge further. That I find it very hard to play without this skill. And then when it comes to the decos that I'm going to be putting in here, it is going to be a shield jewel level 2. Now again, you can remove this and place something else. I would advise you to put a jumping jewel if you remove this because the encounter doesn't require it or whatever. I usually just keep the shield jewel in there just in case I run up into a situation that I'm fighting an enemy where I can take advantage of this. I will, but it is not mandatory. I would only use it for certain encounters if you really want a super mega min-max, and instead I would put a jumping jewel in there. Then we're going to get a charger jewel. I realize charger jewels, not everybody's going to have them. It's going to be tough, all that stuff. And this is not an easy build to make, by the way, because it does have quite a few rare decorations. Hey, but, you know, the festivals are live, so maybe go kill whatever. The name's Lavazioth, and you can get yourself some more decorations that way. And hopefully you can get the decorations that you need. Anyway, moving right along, we got the Damascus Mail Beta. We need to get Focus. If you guys are wondering why Focus, because for charged shelling, that reduces the time of you actually doing charged shells. So if you want to be able to do all the different playstyles, Focus is going to be a skill that you need to have. And on that Damascus Mail Beta, we're going to put 3 Iron Wall Jewels. This is going to allow you to block. You can replace these for something more offensive if you want to, but I like having 3 Iron Wall when I play Gunlance. That doesn't mean that I will always have it, but for this specific build, I like having those 3 Iron Wall Jewels in there. So you can have those, you can not have those, depends on the playstyle that you want to do. I like them. If you don't want to have those, you can maybe put, I don't know, 4 attack jewels or something. Then we got Xeno'jiiva Claws Gamma. Now we're going to be going for 3-piece Xeno'jiiva so that we get the reduction, the razor sharp spare shot, so that our sharpness reduces slower. And this is very important because whenever you shell, it is going to consume a lot of sharpness. So this way, you can remain in blue for a lot longer and you don't have to sharpen as often. So I did go for the full Xeno'jiiva treatment. The stats on those Xeno'jiiva pieces don't really matter all that much. So that, we're going to put 2 Tenderizer Jewels in there together with a Fungi Form Jewel. And I'll tell you guys why when we move onwards. Then on the pants, we're going to put a Magazine Jewel as well as a Fungi Form Jewel. And then on the Xeno'jiiva Spurs, we're going to put another Tenderizer Jewel, another Fungi Form Jewel, and a Satiated Jewel. Now, we're going to have basically 3-piece Fungi Form, so we're going to have Mushroom Mancer, and that's why I put the Satiated in there as well, so that a lot of the times you might be putting some mushrooms in there, and you might not use the mushrooms, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to wrap everything up with an Artillery Charm level 3. Again, you guys know the drill here. If you don't have Iron Wall, but instead you have Artillery, you maybe can juggle this and put some Artillery on the Damascus chest, and then you can use the Iron Wall Charm if that is something that you want. But this is pretty much the build that we are working with. Now, if you look at the final form of the build, you got level 3 Weakness Exploit, Naturally, Affinity, crits. Those are going to be pretty good. Level 3 Focus, so that you can do your charged shells. Level 3 Artillery, so that your shells deal as much damage as possible. Guard, so that you can actually block when need be. Again, this is very much jack of all trades. It's going to be able to adapt to a wide diversity of situations. Level 3 Mushroom Mancer. Now, the reason we're going for Mushroom Mancer is because, I mean, you can put attack decorations in there. You can get like attack level 4 if you have enough attack decorations, which actually right now I do. But I mean, with that attack level 4, you get a little bit of attack, you get a little bit of affinity. Whereas with Mushroom Mancer, you can get attack up, defense up, regen. You can get all of the buffs of Mushroom Mancer, and to top it off, you can carry around 10 Mandragora Shrooms, which basically give you a max heal at a moment's notice. Actually, it gives you 10 max heals, and if Satiated procs, it can give you even more than that, and that is going to give you a lot of survivability on a build like this, right? So that's why I went for the Mushroom Mancer instead of going for more traditional attack skills, because it gives you a lot more than just the attacks. It allows you to basically buff yourself however the hell you want. You also got level 2 critical boost, if that is something that, I mean, basically that comes from Xeno'jiiva Gamma pieces. You got level 2 Evade Extender, which is going to give you a little bit more room to dodge and maneuver and all that stuff, a little bit more mobility, which is good. Power Prolonger is a side effect of Xeno'jiiva. Capacity Boost, so that you have more shells. Special ammo boost, that again, side effect of Xeno'jiiva, not important. Free meal, guard up, and then finally, you also get critical element. So if you do crit, you're going to deal a little bit more fire damage, which is going to make this more efficient against ice monsters. So this might actually be a decent build when you go into Iceborne as well. And then Xeno'jiiva's Divinity with the razor sharp spare shot. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the build. It allows you to get full access to the long Gunlance moveset, but again, it does not excel at any specific playstyle, which gives you a lot of diversity in the stuff that you can do, but, you know, you're not going to be the best at any of them. Having said that, I find this playstyle to be very fun. If you're a Gunlance main, maybe this is something that you would like to try out just to see whether or not you like it. It's just one of those things, right? We're coming up on Iceborne. A lot of us have done pretty much everything there is to do in the game, and I was just exploring it for the purpose of finding something fun to do. Now, having said that, I know that I haven't really been playing a whole lot of Monster Hunter. If you guys follow me, you know that I've been doing other things. The reason for that is because, look, I'm super excited about Iceborne, and I want to keep that excitement. I want to go into Iceborne fresh as I possibly can. So probably before Iceborne, I'm not sure what else I'm going to be doing in terms of Monster Hunter World. I have arrived in G rank on Monster Hunter GU. Been playing. I've played quite a bit of that throughout my vacation, and right now I'm actually over on Twitch. Actually, why am I aiming up? It should be here. I'm actually over on Twitch, and I've been playing a ton of Final Fantasy XIV. I'm probably going to be doing a couple of more Final Fantasy 14 videos before we get to Iceborne. And then you guys know what the drill is going to be. Once Iceborne hits, I'm going to be over there just basically live streaming nonstop every single day until we do all of the content that they're going to be bringing with Iceborne. I'm super pumped. Don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you do try out this build, let me know what you think about it. Give me your opinions and stuff. Do remember, not a meta build, but a build designed to have some fun. Thank you all very much for watching. Love you all. If you guys do enjoy this video, hit the like button. It helps me out a lot more than you could ever think. If you guys are new here, subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon if you want to stay up to date with the stuff that I do. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Stay strong. May your shields never break.